A lovely and warm welcome to Youth Round the Table. Okay, now today our topic of discussion is one of those topics where a lot of young people wrestle with purpose and identity. Wow. And of course, I'm glad again to have been joined by Father and my sister Ruth. Welcome to the show once again, Father.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
We're always humbled to have you on the show. Yeah. Okay. So now talking about purpose and identity, Father, most of the people, or young people to be specific, do not understand their purpose and just identity. Others feel the need of, living someone else's life. What is the importance of understanding your purpose and identity?
It is important to understand who you are so that you are not swayed by anything that comes.
Exactly.
You see, especially the world that we live in today, there are a lot of currents that we meet, blowing from all corners of our life. And if you're not grounded in a well-defined purpose, if you don't have a well-defined identity as a person, you are most likely going to be carried by whichever current is going to be stronger.
Exactly.
And, largely, the young people do not have the muscles that let me call them the mental muscles they need for them to stand firm.
Exactly.
No matter how strong the current that they're facing is, they, the average young person does not have that muscle to say, no, I'm not going to go towards that direction because what I want to achieve is towards this other direction.
Exactly.
So because of that, many young people find themselves just swimming everywhere, they begin to live a life that is a kind of aimless kind of life, a life that has no plan. So you wake up as a young person in the morning, you don't know what is going to happen, what the day has for you. You don't know what you're going to do. You just tell yourself, Fiala is over, but if it's over, you have to solve something. Yeah. So you wake up in the morning, you don't even know what you're going to do, or what you're going to eat, and before you know it, it is already evening. Exactly. And when you are thinking back and so the past 8 hours of my day, the past 10 hours of my day, what exactly have I ever achieved? Nothing, because you don't have a well-defined purpose. So it's important to put yourself as a young person on the journey towards, first of all, self-discovery, even before we talk about purpose. First, find yourself. Look for yourself until you find yourself. Many young people do not even know how to find themselves because they are busy chasing after other things. They are busy comparing themselves with other people. They are busy living other people's lives. Detach yourself from that and begin to discover yourself. Certainly, God created everybody with a purpose. God created me with a purpose, the same way that He created both of you with a purpose.
Yes.
Mine is now to begin to discover what is it that God wants me to achieve in my life. What is it that God created me for? And how do you do that? First, you look at the people that surround you. Are they people that align with what you're trying to do as a person? Or are they people that are just maybe using you for their own, to achieve their own purposes? Or are they people that are actually misleading you because they're giving you all these crazy ideas about life and all that? Are they people that are helping you to discover yourself and to discover the purpose for which you were created? So the people that surround you, what kind of people are they? Or are they people that just in the morning then go masendana moya mkuno oh lelo yala bashan? What kind of people surround you? That's the first thing. Exactly. What is your relationship with God?
Okay.
What do you have faith in? People talk about have faith in yourself. Fine, it is okay to have faith in oneself, but you also know that you need to have faith also in something that is bigger than you, because you are not the source and the end of life. There's something that is bigger than you.
Exactly.
And for us Christians, that which is bigger than you is God. You can believe in yourself, you can believe in your own abilities, but what else bigger than you do you believe in? Is it God, or is it some other spirit? Or is it just technology, AI? Is it a wealth? When you define what you put your faith in as in something that is bigger than you, that will begin to slowly to shape now the path that you need to take as a young person who is in this process of self discovery. In our social setups, it could be a Mubanja, you know, and the family, or Pachipanda, in a compound where we live and all that. What kind of a person are you? Yeah. Talk of the family. Are you a pillar? When you consider yourself a pillar, what does that really mean? Do you see yourself the same way that other members of the family see you? What about in the community? What kind of a person are you? Are you a problem child? Are you Ntalamisoka? You know Ntalamisoka?
No.
Wakalulete.
Oh.
Wakalulete. Those who are just bantu wakuzibona kuziba jabe kuti tinajaira na. Yeah. And that is how the community knows you. Okay. What kind of a person are you? How do you define yourself in the family and in the community? What about at church? How do you define yourself? Is the same definition you give yourself the same one that also others have of you? What image do you have of yourself? When you are in your room doing makeup, you ladies do makeup, what do you see when you're looking into that mirror? Are you just looking at your image, your beautiful image and all that, or do you see something beyond that image? And when you look beyond what you see in the mirror, do you like what you see? Do you like the kind of person that you are? Off makeup and off, do you like the kind of personality you have? There are all these questions that a young person needs to ask themselves if they really want to discover who they are and what God created them for. Many young people cannot answer all these questions that we are asking because they are busy fulfilling somebody else's purpose.
Exactly. Wow.
Yeah.
Sister Ruth?
Yeah, I agree with Father. You know, and I think the important thing, like the way he stated everything, is first know your identity.
Exactly.
The physical identity, I'll give an example, is Ruth. Ruth Mbewe. This is my physical identity. Then, how do people know me? And how do I want people to know me? It's because of how I carry myself.
Exactly.
How I present myself to the people. And the other thing, Father has spoken about the purpose. I need to know my purpose. You know, or the other word I would say is, I need to know why I was born. Or I need to know why I'm created. The Bible says I'm created in the image of God. But the fact that I've been created in His image, what am I living my life for? What am I outstanding for? What example, like, what good example am I to others? Like the way he said, you know, there are these issues that put us astray. I'm Ruth. No, this is the life I'm living. You know, the best example I'll give is there's an introvert life and there's a public figure person life, a celebrity to say. A celebrity lives a double life to say. You know, what they post on media isn't what they are. That's a fake life. So now if I begin to live my life like celebrities, I'm fooling myself. I'll say, I don't know who I am. I don't know my purpose in life. That's why I'm living a double life whereby today I'm here, the other side I'm this side. And the Bible talks over not being lukewarm. It's not all about doing whatever thing. It's about knowing who you are. If I know who I am in Christ, definitely I'll outlive my life according to the way God says who I am. Yes.
Okay. I love the fact that you mentioned about social media trends and the like. So now, why do you think a lot of young people struggle to like compare their lives to others? You've spoken about maybe social media, but let's say maybe their fellow peers, you'd find that maybe this one is doing better than me, and I look at this person, we're the same age, so where did I go wrong? Yeah.
You know, I spoke about it because you know, media, I would say it's a fake lifestyle. Because you know, I'm seeing the example I'll give is, let me say, I'll not give to an international, I'll give this Alice. There's this model, Alice. We all know her. She's a model. But the fact that her life that she's been living, you know, to us, to some of the youth, it's an impression. But the fact that I don't have what she has, at the end of the day, I'll be forced wanting to live a fake life. This is where now something comes in whereby I'll divert from my identity. I'll live me, the life I'm supposed to live me, and try to fit in other people's shoes, whereby it will lead to stages whereby I'll start, you know, wanting to have money. I'll be forced to date people's husbands for them just to provide money for me, you know, for me to go and do makeup, for me to go. The only thing that I'm looking for is just to find myself on media. You know, it's a situation whereby when we look at these people on the platforms, you find that the person is doing well, you know. You look at them, you even admire. To say,
and some do live a genuine life.
Yeah, some live a genuine life, but some, majority of them, it's fake because of not knowing who you are in life. You know, media came to, you know, to transport good things in one or the other, but I would say our generation has tended the opposite. This is something that has also influenced people whereby I also want to live like this one. I also want to do things like this one. You've seen people driving, they post vehicles, they post all kind of, you know, good things, luxury life to say. But the fact that you don't have the ability and the capacity, you want to fit in. And now, is it photo shoots? you go to a photo, you know,
photo lab.
Yeah, photo lab. You got to edit yourself like the way Father said you do makeup. I've done makeup. This is a natural me, but I'm not impressed. I'll go to the photo studios that they should go and add my beauty. You know, at the end, I want to attract more others. They should see my beauty to be beyond me. So if I don't know who I am, if I don't know my identity, definitely I'll go astray. Sure. And you know, it has consequences to say. I think we'll tackle it as we go.
Yes.
On. Yes.
Father. The same question goes to you again. Why do you think us young people struggle to just live our lives? We just want to fit into society or other people's lives.
Because you young people, me, I'm not a young person.
Yes.
I graduated from that.
Tell us.
Yes. Because you young people want to keep up with the pace.
Exactly.
The pace of the world. The world is moving at this particular pace. And if you don't keep up with that pace, you feel you are... Now, in trying to keep up with that pace, you end up doing things that you're not supposed to do because maybe you're not in a position that gives you the energy to keep up with that pace, you know. So you end up involving yourself in things that will, like in the long run, it destroy you.
Yes.
Yeah. So you need to be patient with yourself. As a young person, of course, running fast comes naturally to you, but also understand who you are, understand where you're coming from, understand what you have and what you don't have, understand your strengths and your weaknesses. Let the world go. If you do not have the resources that you need for you to run with it, let it go. Time will come for you to keep up with that pace. But if you want to move with the world at that pace, right from the beginning, you might hurt yourself because those others who are running with the world have the resources, you know. They have the energy, they have the money, they have the bling bling, you know, they can they have things to to show off. But poor you don't have that. So now in wanting to look like them, in wanting to run with the world, you begin to fake your life. You begin to wear a mask. There's a book that I read, I think when I just went to the seminary in 2004. That book about self-identity. I think it should be by John Powell, and he's asking a question: why do you know why I'm afraid to tell you who I am? That's the question he's asking, and then he responds: I am afraid to tell you who I am because you may not like what you may see. So, in order for me to hide who I am, I'm going to wear a mask so that you see something that you'll accept. And this is the life of many young people today. They are wearing a mask because this is what the world is accepting. But behind that mask, there are scars. You know, there is a life that needs to be put in order behind that mask. Now, if you want even the same world to help you, you need to be real. You know, let the people see who you really are.
Exactly.
And those who want to help you, they'll come through to help you. Don't fake your life in order to appear rich, in order to appear important or powerful, when that is not what you are. You are damaging yourself. So many young people, to answer your question, I don't know whether I've already answered it, but you know, as priests, we talk too much because we're always preaching. Yeah. So
please go on.
Many young people are living other people's lives or trying to live other people's lives because they can't be patient with themselves. They do not understand themselves. If I see that social media influencer flashing cars on social media, flashing those expensive clothes and holidays, a holiday in Dubai, blah 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 blah, and you're like, mpaka cha benaine, mpaka cha. You go at a mall, you find a very nice car, you start posing, taking pictures at a mall. Yeah, so that you post, so that it appears like you're connected to that car, whatever. But you are damaging yourself. You're damaging. So young people need to be patient with themselves. And coupled with patience is understanding who you are and where you come from, and accepting your background, accepting the fact that you do not have all the resources that the other person has who is going to Dubai for holidays. Time will come for you to go to Dubai for holiday. But now it's time for you to work to build yourself.
Exactly.
Uza mtengo memene ulili. Sunga kwele mtengo kumatepo kuja kuma branches. Start from below. Papa. Even those that you see are already successful, those who flash cars, who do whatever on social media, they started from somewhere. Yeah, they started from those who live a genuine life. Talked about genuine, Those who live a genuine life on social media. Some of them were nothing. 10, 20 years ago, they were sleeping in drainages. So they had to build themselves to where they are.
Exactly.
But you social media, then you want to climb the tree using the branches. It doesn't work like that. Understand, appreciate the kind of life that they have, but also understand that you cannot have that life now. But maybe tomorrow you'll have it. So patience, understand who you are, accept that you may not have all the resources you need for you to run with the world. Let the world go. Time will come when you're going to keep up with that pace.
Okay. Now, Father, sometimes you'd find that maybe a person is following a certain influencer because they feel like they have something in common. Okay, let's see, maybe my dream is in line with that influencer. How do you tell the difference between living your authentic life and just living to fit in or...
Yeah. Of course, it is important for you to be inspired by those who have made it already. Yeah. Try to take interest in the story of their life. How did they get to where they are? Don't just see the riches that they are showing you. Don't just see the fancy life that they are showing you. Understand their background. Some of them are open enough to share where they're coming from. When you go to their pages, they talk about what they were yesterday, who they were 20 years ago and all that. Be inspired by what has built them to where they are.
Yes.
Yeah. And that is completely okay. Just like you can be inspired by any other person. It is okay to be inspired. But it becomes a problem when you begin to force yourself to have the life that you see that they have today. Because you might hurt yourself in doing that. Okay. So understand that where you are, maybe even them, they were there yesterday. But how did they get where they are now? They followed this, that discipline, financial discipline, going to school, all those kind of things.
Yes.
And try to follow those steps as well. It might take many years, it might take long for you to get there, but follow the process.
Yes.
The problem we have is young people trying to have the large life today, which they can't afford.
Okay.
And that's why they are going to betting. In fact,
the voice, spoken so strongly about betting, huh?
Lately, I've been talking about betting because you know why? Because I've come across many young people that have been destroyed by betting. Many young people don't know how to go out and work for the money that they want.
Exactly.
They want fast money because they have a life to maintain. They have a life to show to the world. So when the magic of betting, I mean, even pass some problems. I will always be talking about this betting thing because it has destroyed many lives, many young people's lives. So trust the process, walk through every stage, allow yourself to go through all those stages of development. When you reach the point where you want to reach, you will appreciate the fact that you first had to carry the cross for you to get to the resurrection.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, just a small addition on that one. It's very vital. And like the way Father said, I think the way I believe life, one has to have an inspiration or a mentor. You look at what is happening. I will talk on both spiritual and physical mentors. Yes. as a church, as a Catholic, we have our doctrine. So when one sits down, you begin to defend. This. I'll use father as an example.
Okay.
They have been given an opportunity whereby they can pursue the career. Is it father? Is it the career? Or
let's call them studies.
Yes, studies. Yeah, I would say the study. He's a priest, but you look at him, maybe he's also a teacher, he's into business. As a person, as an individual, I would look at him to be, as my inspiration. I would sit down to say, oh, he inspires me a lot. If a priest can do that, what can stop me from working hard to do that? But whereby challenges and problems comes in when one person now reaches the point, I would say, is it envy? You envy what the person has, and this is what results most into fake life.
You're
Because
obsessed to
yes,
live,
it's now it's obsession. You're obsessed to the standard of how the person is living, and at the end of the day, you would want to fit in anything. When you say, okay, this is what the person is doing because there's these shoes that comes. Is it boyfriend shoe? It didn't support
Yes.
people are putting, what by there's a boyfriend shoe, father.
Yes.
It's black in color. It has a hue. The hue is like it's somehow thick.
Oh, it's worn by ladies.
Yes,
So it's for both
I
actually.
think it's both for male.
It's
a very one.
Okay. That's what you call it.
Yeah, it's a boyfriend shoe. That's what they call it. Whereby I've been noticing to say every young lady, every young girl wants to put on that kind of a shoe. I came across this married woman. She's married. Then the next thing I saw was she was putting on a boyfriend. She was like, oh, so everyone can be attracted to that. I understood one thing. It's because she's trying to fit in why she isn't. Because everyone is doing it, and then you can also do it. To me, it's a myth that I don't usually do. There's a point you said to say, when one knows his or her identity, be proud of where you come from. I am proud of where I come from. I usually tell people, I've been doing business for myself. I stopped working for people, I think it was in 2019. That's how I set up my own business and so forth. And whereby when you go to different places, people come and say, no, I admire you. You say you admire you. You don't know what I've gone through. For me to be where I am here, it's because of certain principles that I put over myself. And when I said the principles, they said I can't do this. I must stick to it. And me working hard, wanting to do what I want to do, I know at some point I'll achieve it. But the fact that I have a mentor who I go and seek for advice from, this should be something that should build me up. Not whereby, because I say, no, my friend is doing it, the other one is doing it, I should envy to do that. As a result, jealousy will lead me to a point whereby I will start regretting. By then it will be too late. So it's very important to know who we are and identify ourselves.
Okay, lovely. Father, on spiritual aspects,
Yes.
how does faith help us discover our true identity?
Okay. As a human being, you are not just a physical person living in this physical world. You also have a relationship with the divine to maintain. Yeah. Excuse me. When you talk about the divine and our relationship with the divine, we're talking about something that is higher and bigger than us. Yeah. Something that actually even first defines us even before we begin to define ourselves. Because when God is creating us, He's not creating us by mistake or by accident. He knows what He's doing.
Yes.
When God is creating, I'm creating Tasira. I know what I'm creating.
Yes.
I know why I'm creating Tasira. And I know what Tasira is going to do when she goes on earth.
Yes.
So there are all those things attached to your life when God is bringing you into existence. Even before other people, yourself, begin to give yourself definition and all that. There's already. So you cannot exist, therefore, as if God does not exist. You cannot live as if you brought yourself into the world.
Wow.
Like you made yourself, you created yourself. You have to understand where you're coming from. That ultimately I'm coming from God.
Yes.
God who already defines me even before I define myself. Even before my family defines me. Even before my friends and other people begin to define me. There's a God up there who has given me an identity. Yeah. So it puts me now into this earth to begin to uphold that identity, to begin to respect, in the way I live my life with others, to respect that identity that he has given me. And that in itself is faith. You see, being aware of the fact that ultimately you come from God, that in itself is an aspect of faith. But if you begin to live as if you come from nowhere, like you fell from the blues, from the sky, then to begin with, you don't even know who you are. Yeah. You can't even define yourself. Because believe you me, there are some people in this world, just like we are talking about young people here. Many young people think when they have a lot of money, then they will be very happy. Then they have achieved. On social media they talk about how you have made it in life.
Yes.
When I get that expensive phone, then I am very happy. When I get to university and I get that master's, then I'll be very happy. We cannot be defined by things that are temporal, things that are passing. You see, all these things that we acquire on earth are just accidental. Let us put it that way. They are secondary things. They are not things that should define us. They are things that we just pick up along the way. What ultimately defines us is God, and the fact that our life is connected to the life of God. That is what defines us. So we can't throw away faith. We can't throw away the fact that we come from God and begin to just enjoy the money that we have now. What happens tomorrow when the money is not there? What do you do? What becomes of you? How do you even define yourself? Kumankarati, even phone ya mena chi iPhone ka ni iPhone chanchan chaponyika. What did you do? Chaponyika chi phone. You thought that phone is going to be with you forever? No. Chaponyika chi phone. So you're back to zero. So if you thought your happiness was defined by having an iPhone 16, now you don't have it anymore. So what is defining, what's next? What is defining your happiness? That's when you realize that actually these are material things that come and go. Ultimately, we can only be defined by God because that is where we come from. So young people, don't live life as if you created yourself. Even as you want to develop yourself, as you want to advance yourself, aspects of your life, remember where you're coming from. You're coming from God and you have a relationship to maintain with God. All these things that we pick up along the way as we are living are things that will come today and tomorrow they'll not be there. But your relationship with God should always be there. Faith in God.
And sometimes, Father, it could be maybe we do not really understand what we need to do to discover our original self. So what steps can young people, take in order for them to discover their unique talents and just their calling?
That's a tough one, If you talk of steps, that's a tough one. But for me, I want to begin from, because as a human being, you are a relational being, okay? You are not a human being that exists alone.
Yes.
You exist. Your life is connected to others. Yeah, you may want to call them family, friends, colleagues, business colleagues, and all that. Your life is connected to them, and since your life is connected to those other people have some kind of influence or impact on your life. They can, in a way, even detect or dictate the direction your life can take. The fact that you are connected to them. So, as a young person who is worried about discovering oneself, sometimes you need to stop and look at the people that you have around. Are they people that are guiding or misguiding? Are they people that are leading or they are misleading? Sometimes we just attach ourselves to people and we don't worry about whether they are guiding or misguiding. You see, there are people that will come into your life for their own purpose. And they'll not tell you that. You would think, this is a friend. This is but this person is you are just a tool in their life to fulfill their purpose. And when they are done with you, they will disappear from your life. And then you'll be like, how come I didn't see this coming? But then you have wasted so many years with these people or with this person. So as a young person, surround yourself with people that are going to help you get where you to go, where you want to get. Not people that will see you as a tool so that you help them to get to their destination. Because when they are done with you, then they will leave you alone in the cold and be like, how in this world didn't I see this coming? So it is important as young people to be aware but also just as I conclude this remark, I'm talking about the people around.
Yes.
It's also important to belong somewhere in terms of community.
Yes.
Okay, it can be a church community or a support group. You know, a support group can come in different forms. It could be a support group in the community where you live, Mkombo ni Muja, you know, and but I want to narrow this down to support group in terms of a church, a Christian community.
Okay.
Belong somewhere, belong to that also environment, because when you belong to that environment is going to give you a different perspective to life.
Okay.
Your family back home will give you this perspective, your friends in the compound will give you this perspective, but when you go to church, you will have a different perspective. The church will also help you to remain connected to God, regardless of what happens in your life. When you identify yourself with a church, with a Christian community, your mind will not be swayed away from God. You will constantly be reminded about the fact that you need to have and maintain a relationship with God.
Okay.
So I'm saying this because I've met many young people that say, in a church is my end. I have no time to go to church. Ni mwa father imu. If you kudara 10 years apita pentinenda ku church ife. You know? And they will proudly say things like that. But then these are young people that are trying to discover themselves. But how are you going to discover yourself if you detach yourself from a community that can help you, you know, actually reach that self-discovery?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sister Ruth.
I think just small addition. Father has spoken enough. You know, like he said, it's also very important to separate yourself from wrong company. You know, separate yourself from wrong friends.
Exactly.
Like he said, you know, there was once a time whereby I had friends, but looking at what was happening, I examined myself. I was like, I think I'm not achieving anything. And out of everything that was happening, I distanced myself. Not really detaching from them, like whereby you even end the communication completely. No, we communicate once in a while. But I sat down, I was like, at the end of the year, you know, there is nothing that I'll be able to point out to say this is what I achieved. And by so doing, you know, it helped me whereby every year what I do is I write down what I want to achieve.
Okay.
I write down what I want to achieve, both physical and spiritual. You know, even the things that I want to reach out to others, not for me, I do write them down. I will tell God to say, before the end of this year, this is what I want to aim to do. And I thank God, I do manage. It might not necessarily be something like whereby I will publish to people to say this is what I've done, but the fact that I list down to say these are the goals that I want to do, God help me through. And the point Father said to say it is very important to engage yourself in church groups. It is very vital, yes, because one, you know, even as you meet as a group for church, you not only be spiritual, no. You'll be praying, you'll be talking about other areas, you know, whereby at some point you'll find like you're going through a certain situation, but by finding yourself in the group for church, it will help you come through. It will help you find the solution at the end of the day, you know. You reach out and you reach the thing you want. And the other thing also that misled us, it's, you know, it's not knowing what you want. If you don't know what you want in life, you'll be a chola boy, like the way Father said.
Exactly.
You know, at the end of the day, you find your friends are using you for their own benefits. They're benefiting, but you're not doing anything. And the time you realize, it will be too late. Whereby regrets are not good, people say. Yeah, regrets are not good. So the moment you realize, you say, I think this thing is not really doing me well. Let's try to refrain.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Father, in conclusion, how can discovering my purpose help me make many better choices for the future?
For the future. And certainly you cannot make a better choice if you don't know yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. So as a young person, know yourself. Know that you are a unique person, unique in all aspects. You have unique strengths, unique weaknesses. You are a completely unique person who is on his or her own path of self-discovery. It's important for you to have that at the back of your mind. Yes. Once you have that at the back of your mind, then it will also begin to determine the kind of choices you make. You know, choices and self-discovery or purpose discovery are interconnected, because as you are discovering yourself and discovering your purpose, you are at the same time making choices. And these choices cannot be contrary to the path that you are taking.
Exactly.
These have to be choices that help you to get to where you want to be. If the point you want to get to is self-discovery, purpose discovery, then the choices have to go in line with where you want to go. Because, I mean, you just as an example, you cannot, let's say you've been a drunkard, okay? And you decide, okay, I want to discover my purpose. Okay? And then every time you are found in Muba. But what are you doing here? No, I just came to watch soccer. No, but you are putting yourself in an environment that will put you back into the things. Yeah. So you cannot be making choices that are not helping you to. If you want to stop drinking beer, stay away from bars and whatever. Yeah. So make choices that are in line with what you are trying exactly.
Okay.
It's important. Lastly, also understand that you don't exist alone in this world. You exist with other people.
Exactly.
Scan through, scrutinize the people that surround you, check who is helpful and who's not helpful. It's not wrong to get rid of people that are not helping you. You're not being a bad person. You're not being a Satanist. If this person is not helping me to discover myself and my purpose, please, out of the way.
Exactly. Okay. Wow, Father, Sister Ruth, thank you very much for joining me on this episode. I'm always humbled to have you on the panel. And of course, not forgetting our dear viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. We do not take it for granted. We are very, very grateful. So for now, it is goodbye. Join us on our next episode. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.